Hey, what's up, guys? So in today's video, I'm going over how I did over $7,700 my first day product testing with drop shipping using influencer marketing. And before the video starts, I just want to let you guys know if you want to get my exact influencer ad script that I've done over 6 figures in sales with, the link will be in the description to get it. It's just my free piece of value to you guys. So if you want to get that, link will be in description. But the video is going to start now. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be going pretty in depth on the whole strategy on how I went from 0 to over 7,700, my first shout out, using like personal brand influencers. And I thought it would just be a good thing to make, um, just for what I thought it would be a good thing to make for people who are just starting out and want more like clarity on like how I did it and like, just more tips and strategies for like how they're able to like replicate the same thing. So, um, pretty much how I found the influencer that I ran with that made me this money. I had a client who, we were helping him scale his Facebook ad store, and he also had an influencer store. And he actually lived in France, and he showed me a direct influencer, that he spent like 6,000 euros on and did like over 47,000 euros on in one day. And so, really interested me because obviously I had like a bunch of winning products that I knew about that could possibly do well. Um, but at that point, it was just really about finding like that product, and I just started writing products down that could be good. And I remember that there was a product that w- there was a proven product that did over 240K in a month, like in the US, like with meme pages and stuff like that. And it was scaled really heavily, but it was more saturated in the US. But I don't think anyone really ever did it in France. So pretty much what I did was I took it to France, created a French like one product store, just with that, single product. And, with the influencer, instead of paying like the 6,000 euros, I went and I paid a similar influencer, a bit smaller, getting like 700, like 700K story views, 2.8 thousand for the initial shout out. My friend paid 6,000 euros for over a million story views. Um, and so, yeah, so in the beginning, found a community of influencers, from the one who was 6,000 is like the top one. And then below that, there's a bunch of like smaller ones that are still good, compared to her. And taking a proven product that I knew worked. And if you're a beginner, say if you didn't have a direct pipeline of products that you knew did like 6 figures a month directly, it's really just about finding like proven products that have been proven to be scaled on meme pages, Facebook ads, bunch of orders in AliExpress, that type of thing. Like my product has like I think over like 20, 30,000 orders on AliExpress. So just like stuff that seems saturated, but just going to unsaturated markets with it. And when I did this, I didn't just whip it up and then run it. It was a lot of upfront work, making sure that everything looked good and everything looked optimized. Because obviously I'm spending a lot of money up front. You want to make sure the work you're doing up front is a lot and really good too. So instead of like testing with Facebook ads where it's kind of like whipped up and you kind of just hope for the best, like it's kind of the same thing, but you're just trying to make sure that everything is good. Setting up the website looking like really branded and just trying to make it as best as you can. And I don't mean branded, because like people won't buy it if it's not from a brand, but I'm spending like hella money, and I just need to make sure that everything is like set up correctly and that it's all good. So that's just like that whole piece. It's about putting in a lot of upfront work, making sure the website is good. At the time I didn't know about back end upsells, but moving forward, now whenever I do shoutouts, I make sure that all my back end upsells are set up, SMS bump was set up, just all that kind of stuff. Make sure retargeting was set up. Um, okay, and then moving to number 5. So this is like one of the more important pieces, when it comes to influencer marketing. Was when I sent the 2.8K, like basically within the next like few days, like I had enough money from my clients, from them paying me for my services at the time, where even if I lost all that money, it wouldn't have mattered because I was actually, I would just be like pretty much in the same position. Because when I sent the 2,800, basically, cut. So going to number 5 is more one of the So going to number 5 is one of the most important pieces when it comes to influencer marketing and just, advertising, and spending money to make money, like in general, is this kind of the concept of money in, money out. So when I put the 2.8K out, within like the same day or two, I had enough money for my clients, being paid for the services I offer, to where it if I lost all that money, it would have mattered. I would have just been like in the same position, and I would have learned more and been in like, in a better position than I was before. Thank God it ended up working, obviously, because I took a proven product that was proven to work and to a proven set of community of influencers. But even if I lost it, it would have been fine. And that's the biggest thing I see kind of beginners like, messing up with. Like, it's not so much about the mindset. It's just more about like when you're putting a lot of money out, you need to make sure you have money coming in regardless how the shout out goes. And a lot of beginners just can't get their fucking mind wrapped like around that, um, and if you just need outside cash flow coming in to protect your money going out, because it's not a sense of like, if the shout out fails, it's just the way it goes, it's about keeping your money coming in so you can continually testing it and staying committed to, really trying to master it, it's just one of those things. And so just money in, money out. And I had enough money coming in to protect the money going out. And anyone who's doing drop shipping needs to understand that concept, or it's going to be a really hard time for you. Because if you lose out on money, the problem really isn't losing out on the money. It's more about keeping the money coming in outside of just drop shipping. So that's that whole thing around, the money in, money out concept. Um, Now, when I posted the shout out, I can show you guys right here. So this is that I can just refresh my screen to show you guys that's all real, no editing. So whenever this is like the first like full set of the 24 hours, right? So when I first posted, I fell asleep at like 4 a.m., and then 5 a.m. you can see it did like 300. This is all in euros, by the way. Just because I switched my store to USD after, but this is originally all in euros. So this number you see here, it's equivalent to the 7,700. But when it posted like 310, and then the first like full hour did like 1,000. So within the first like, yeah, like full like hour and a half, it did, like over like 1,300 euros. And converting at like 1.51%. Yeah, I mean, it was really good, just replicating what the results were and back in the US just with the new market, was pretty much the same thing. In the US, they would have to run like 7 to 8 meme pages, maybe even more, to get these same results. So it's pretty good. Now it didn't pop off like I thought it was going to, right? I was trying to do, like a 50K a day, and it didn't end up working like that. But what I learned from this is like it's more about the consistency and the replication of the shout outs, instead of just like, I don't know, I've just never been that lucky to, go and spend, a few thousand to do like, multi 5 figures, But at the end of the day, I've done, say for the person who's done 50K in a day, I haven't done 50K in a day, but say like within 11 promotions, like I've done 87,000. So for some people, it just takes more work and just, takes more, yeah, it just takes more work up front, and you're not going to be as lucky as some people, but it's all about the replication. Because, you can make the same amount of money, it just may take more time and more shout outs, which is what I learned from this, right? Like, um, so, what's it called? Now, so that kind of covers like the whole thing about it not popping off, but like more about learning the consistency factor of about influencer promotions, and more focusing on like the replication of multiple shout outs across multiple influencers rather than just one shout out with one influencer. So, number 7, how can someone out the gate do 7K their first day? Now, the thing you have to understand about this is that it you need money to flip into more money. You just rarely does someone just go and spend $500 and do like 8,000 like in a day or whatever it might be. Um, so it's really about having like that amount of money to be able to flip into that. Obviously, hoping that the influencer converts and all, but yeah. The reality is you need cash to flip into more cash. And if you're someone, say, has like 1 to 3 grand, you know, you could do it, but you're gonna literally spend all your money, and it wouldn't really be a smart idea, right? Because like I said before, when I paid the money, when I s- got when I put the money out, I already had enough money coming back in from outside sources to where it didn't even matter. So it was more of just an experiment. I wasn't really too stressing out about it too much. Um, But, you know, it's realistic, say if you have like 1 to 3 grand to it takes a lot of upfront work and smarter work, but you could spend, you know, $50 to $100 and you could make what you spend back in profit. You know, if you're selling a product that say you're making a $15 margin on and you pay like say $100, but you're safe you're getting like, you know, 60K story views, it's not too unrealistic to make, you know, say like 10 to 15, you know, sales or whatever it might be, you know, to be able to make back like what you spend in profit. Um, for me, I'm just doing this on a little bit of a bigger level, you know, because I'm more focusing on, you know, I'm trying to get to like multi seven figures. So for me, I need to spend more so I can make more and make more of the long-term value of the influencer and stuff like that. But if you're just starting out, really my biggest advice is just to make sure that you have money coming in to protect your money going out. And if you want to start on a smaller level, it's fine, right? It's just about finding people who charge under their value, and all that. But um, so like what I said before is you need to be more creative and like just be working smarter and just not harder when it comes to finding influencers. Like I call it like the circle of death whenever you know, and I found the same thing, you know, just finding a bunch of girls who are managed by a bunch of bullshit ass agencies who, you know, they're just gonna want ridiculous ass prices for stuff that's not even worth it. You know, like I've had a friend who, you know, there's a girl who wanted 3,500 for 100K story views, right? Which is just ridiculous, you know, because this girl, you know, makes like six, 700,000, and she only wanted 2,800, and he offered them 10,000 up front for 10 posts, and they said no, it's 35,000 up front for 10 posts. Like, just not willing to do like any like just you know just stupid ass shit, you know. Um, so the thing is, you need to find people who aren't managed by agencies, who are more independent influencers, and this is what I find this time, right? Because the people in France, the agency Shana Events it's really good. You know, they understand the concept, you know, behind making a profit for a brand so they can keep coming back. You know, that's like one of the only agencies I've ever met that actually, you know, care about the brand and making the brand money so they can keep coming back and spending money with them, right? Um, but you just need to, at this point, you know, to be more replicatable, you need to find, you know, instead of, it's not a racial thing, but, you know, instead of looking at a bunch of like white girls who are managed by agencies, if you look at, and it could be any color, obviously, I'm just saying, like, if you, people who are proven to charge less are like the Latinas, you know, African American women, um, anyone who's like just not at the, you know, Caucasian, honestly, you know, just, and that's just what I found from looking at thousands of deals. You know, there's a bunch of little niches between like the UK Arabic group, between you know, the US Latina, you know, not too much of a hoe, but you know, just so many avenues to be able to do this in. And it's just about finding a really good deal for the price and being able to negotiate those deals down. And so I know there's a lot of information in here. If you guys want to shoot me a DM regarding paid mentorship and coaching, you can. Because obviously, if you're serious about spending the money in this, and if you're just starting out, it's not going to be the smartest thing to do. Just going out there on your own and hoping for the best. Like going to someone with me who I've already been through like start to finish, like from going like not doing anything to actually being profitable my first shout out. If you guys want help on that, you know, you can shoot me a DM. No pressure. I'm just saying for the people who are serious, it would probably be a good move. Um, and just last thing is don't settle for shitty deals. Like in the UK, I've paid like 1,250 for 250K story views, and long term, within 11 promos, did over 87,000 on just that girl alone. So again, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to shoot me a DM if you guys have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.